Wheeler finds Clark from the logo.
She has stepped up her game in that opportunity. Caitlin Clark for three, rattles it around for her first deep shot.
Channel defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep three!
Caitlin Clark leads the Fever into a new era of basketball success while fans build genuine excitement about the upcoming games. The 2025 Indiana season promises to be unforgettable because of its strong competition schedule, intense rivalries, and championship ambitions. Get ready, Fever fans, because we're in store for an epic journey. The Indiana Fever starts the 2025 WNBA season with unprecedented enthusiasm and optimism. The Fever achieved their first postseason return in 7 years during their 2024 historic turnaround and have now become a standout team in the league. The Indiana Fever's rise in prominence stems from the incredible performance of guard Caitlin Clark, who made Indiana basketball unmissable.
It feels like a natural rivalry that could continue for years to come. And the two teams will see plenty of each other this year. Chicago's the only team that Indiana will face 5 times in the regular season.
Clark's rookie season brought extraordinary contributions to the team. The WNBA's 2024 draft first selection proved instantly that she belonged in the upper echelon of professional basketball. She averaged 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds in each game while establishing multiple records throughout the season. Clark established a WNBA rookie assists record of 19 in a single game before ending the season by breaking the record for most rookie assists in WNBA history. The league's Rookie of the Year award, alongside an All-WNBA first-team nomination, went to her after her exceptional gameplay, which had not been granted to a rookie since 2008.
The Fever have aspirations of hanging more banners in Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
Her floor leadership skills, deep distance shooting ability, and the creation of scoring chances for teammates solidified her status as one of the most thrilling WNBA players. The Fever received a fresh level of excitement when she joined the team, which transformed Gainbridge Fieldhouse into a top national basketball arena.
The WNBA gave Fever fans an early present on Monday when the league dropped the full 44-game schedule for the upcoming season.
The 2025 season will begin with Indiana expecting excellent outcomes as Clark leads the team forward. The Fever will face a 44-game season, increasing fan attendance at games. The May 17 Gainbridge Fieldhouse opener between Indiana and Chicago Sky will be a highly awaited contest that showcases a WNBA rivalry that shows growing intensity. During the previous season, Clark and Reese engaged in multiple tough matchups between Indiana and Chicago, where the Fever won 3 out of 4 games. The regular season will include 5 matchups between Chicago and Indiana. The Sky will play at the Indiana venue on May 17, August 1, 7, and September 6, and the Fever will play at the Chicago venue on June 23 and July 30. The second season of Clark and Reese will intensify their matchups as both teams prepare to face each other 5 times during the regular season, thus drawing national attention to every game they play.
The Fever turned heads across the country last season with their play on the court, with #1 pick Caitlin Clark setting numerous records.
The 2025 Indiana basketball schedule features numerous games that fans should not miss. The major highlight of the season occurs on July 15 when the Fever face off against the Connecticut Sun at TD Garden in Boston. The league decided to hold a matchup at TD Garden because of the Fever's growing status and the elite talent that Clark brings to the WNBA. The Fever will face a critical examination against the WNBA championship-winning New York Liberty later in the season. Stephanie White's return to lead Indiana as head coach creates additional interest for this season. White brings extensive franchise knowledge because she performed for the Fever before becoming an assistant coach. The return of Stephanie White to her head coaching position creates a comfortable environment and strong leadership, which may assist Indiana in its advancement. The Indiana Fever now possesses all the tools to challenge for a championship title under Coach Stephanie White and her returning assistant Tina Clark, while facing an expanded competition loaded with intense rivalries and critical matchups.
On her way to winning Rookie of the Year honors and joining teammates Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell as All-Stars.
Clark's off-court influence continues to expand. Through a record-breaking $28 million endorsement deal with Nike, she's become the most valuable athlete in all sports for female basketball players. The Fever experienced increased attendance levels and record-breaking television ratings because of Clark's presence on the court. How women's basketball evolves largely depends on Clark's efforts to reshape its future.
Indiana opens Commissioner's Cup play against Washington on June 3rd, then visits Chicago 4 days later, and Atlanta on June 10th. The Fever then hosts New York on June 14th, and then hosts Connecticut 3 days after that.
Due to their ongoing momentum, the 2025 season holds great promise for both Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. The Indiana Fever stands at a pivotal moment to establish itself as a dominant WNBA force because the team now faces elevated public expectation, a more extended season schedule, and strengthened roster competition. Fans of the Fever should brace themselves because the team is starting its promising journey. Fans of the Indiana Fever expect the 2025 WNBA season to be spectacular because their star guard, Caitlin Clark, will deliver exceptional play. The remarkable rookie year Clark completed positions her for an even stronger performance that will guide the Fever toward tremendous success.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the schedule, and we start with a change in the number of games that will be played, which was increased from 40 to 44 games.
During her first WNBA season, Clark established permanent league status. She appeared in every game of the season while maintaining averages of 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per contest. Her ability to make assists peaked when she became the league leader with 337 assists during the season. The rookie record for three-point field goals belonged to Clark, who sank 122 successful shots from beyond the arc. Her outstanding performance resulted in her being named WNBA Rookie of the Year and landed on the All-WNBA first team while becoming the first rookie to reach this milestone since 2008.
The Fever had a historically difficult schedule to open the 2024 season. Indiana played 11 games over their first 20 days.
Fans will enjoy more chances to watch the Fever play this season because the team added 4 additional games to their regular season schedule, which now totals 44 games. The 2023 season began with Chicago Sky facing the Indiana Fever at Gainbridge Fieldhouse on Saturday, May 17th. The upcoming game will feature the growing competition between Clark and Chicago's Angel Reese, who each displayed remarkable rookie talent last year.
Indiana will host the Chicago Sky on Saturday, May 17th for a 1 o'clock matinee that's sure to get marquee billing.
The favorable schedule for the Fever during their early stretch includes 8 home games out of 12 matches and a break from consecutive games, which lets the team build momentum. The Fever will encounter the Chicago Sky during 5 matchups this season, making their regional competition more heated. The May 17th game, alongside the August 9th and September 5th matches against the Sky, will be the highlights of the upcoming home schedule. 13 professional women's basketball teams will enter their inaugural season together as the Golden State Valkyries launch in 2025. The Fever will play the Valkyries thrice during the 2025 season by visiting the Bay Area on June 19th and August 31st, while hosting them at Gainbridge Fieldhouse on July 9th.
The Fever and Sky had the league's 2 most compelling rookies last season, Caitlin Clark and Chicago forward Angel Reese.
All Cup games will happen throughout a 2-week June period during the return of the Commissioner's Cup format. The Fever plays at home against Washington on June 3rd, followed by New York on June 14th and Connecticut on June 17th, while facing Chicago on June 7th and Atlanta on June 10th as part of their Cup schedule. The Cup competition results will heavily depend on these upcoming games for the Fever team.
Over that stretch, they played eventual WNBA champion New York 3 times, had 2 games against eventual conference finalist Connecticut, and 1 game against 2022 and 2023 WNBA champ Las Vegas.
The WNBA All-Star Weekend will grace Gainbridge Fieldhouse with its presence on July 20th as a significant season event. The WNBA's most prestigious showcase will be inaugurated in Indianapolis on this occasion. The excellent performance of her rookie season positions Clark as a top contender to join Aliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell on the All-Star roster for the Fever. The final 22 games of the season become more demanding as 13 matches occur on opposing venues. The Fever must face Dallas, Seattle, Los Angeles, Phoenix, and Golden State during their demanding 5-game August road journey. The Fever's performance during this upcoming stretch of matches will establish their path forward, securing a desirable playoff ranking. Indiana Fever fans can expect an outstanding and intense 2025 season as their star player, Caitlin Clark, takes the lead. The upcoming season promises exciting challenges and unique opportunities as the rising team advances toward brighter days.
With Indiana basketball legend Stephanie White returning home to take over the reins as Fever head coach this season,
the Indiana Fever started preparing for a thrilling 2025 season, and their future depends heavily on Caitlin Clark. Following an unprecedented rookie season, Clark prepares to advance her game while joining forces with Bonner and Howard to provide seasoned offensive talent. Stephanie White's return as head coach boosts the Indiana Fever's championship drive.
this year the Fever's 5 games between June 3rd and June 17th will be Commissioner's Cup games, and the Fever get a favorable draw.
The Indiana schedule features a series of exciting matchups, beginning with their May 4th preseason game at the University of Iowa, where Clark played. The official season starts on May 17th as the Indiana Fever faces the Chicago Sky to restart the rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. The Fever looks forward to substantial success in the WNBA because their roster's been strengthened while their fan base grows stronger. Can Caitlin Clark and the Fever turn all this momentum into a championship run? With a packed schedule, high-stakes matchups, and a team hungry for success, the 2025 season could be the one that changes everything. What do you think? Will the Fever rise to the occasion? Drop your predictions in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and stay locked in for all the action.